Hi, and welcome to Matcha with Murad, where I, Murad, talk to other creatives about their process, what drives them to make their art, and anything else we find interesting along the way. So join me here every week for a new and inspiring story, and sometimes a quick heart-to-heart from yours truly. You are listening to Matcha with Murad. Hello, people. How have you been? I wish that you could actually respond to me so I could hear how you guys have been this week. I just kind of thought this week could be a catch up because that's kind of what I feel like doing right now, is just sitting and telling you guys about what's been going on. A lot of different things have been happening. I feel like every single week a new thing is just kind of added on to the agenda, and it's crazy, but it's also really fun. So I just thought I'd update you guys on a couple things that have been happening, starting with probably the biggest thing, which is the EP. So I released a demo EP called Sleepwalking on a Beach, and it has been so nice to have music out. I only have had one other single out before this, and so it just feels so nice to actually be able to go onto my Spotify artist account and see 5 songs that people can listen to and that people can have, I guess, a better idea of who I am as an artist. So it's fun and it's different because they're demos. So some of them are a little bit older, like over 2 years old, some of them. They're at the very beginning of Murad, and so it just kind of, I really like it because it's telling my story. And at first I was never going to let anyone hear them because I'm a perfectionist, and I was like, no, they're not good enough anymore. And then me and my team sat down and had this realization that, wait, wouldn't people want to hear the growth? Like, won't they want to go onto your page and see how much you've grown? And also, you've already created it, therefore it's not really even yours anymore. It's the people's to decide. And so I decided, you know what? We're just going to put it out. We're going to see what people think about it, and I'm really excited. And so far, we've had really good responses, which is nice to hear. It just feels good after, going so long in my own head with these songs and thinking that no one would even like them. It feels really good for people to be like, oh my God, I have this on repeat. And just for people to understand that, like, at that time I was a little hip hop, like, all these songs are very dancey and sassy, and they're very empowering, which I love putting out empowering music. I don't think even my vulnerable music is still empowering in a way. So I think that's just a part of me. But that's probably the biggest thing that's happened this week. And it's been keeping me very, very busy with all of it. It's like, putting my music out to playlists, to blogs, submitting all of that stuff, and making all these TikToks and trying to get creative and kind of bugging everybody I know to listen to it and to have their friends listen to it. And it's a fun process. Like, every time I do a release, which this is only my second time, but I just learned so much from this process. And it's just nice to know that we have this project and we're finishing up a second one that will be out in the fall. And so it's nice to know there's another one coming right around the corner, and we're going to learn even more and just keep on making music. So that's probably the biggest thing. And I think kind of my lesson this week in all of it has been to just stay positive and to just keep your mindset at a nice, even pace where you're not flying on cloud 9 and you're not like all the way in the dumps. You're just floating by, enjoying your life. And I think that's just kind of where I've been this week, and it's been really helpful. And I have been staying really positive, but not overly positive and not overly negative, which has been a really nice change for me. And I think it's just been from simply, I guess, being more aware of what I'm thinking. So now that I'm really thinking about the actual thoughts going through my head, I realize that it's kind of like up and down, up and down, up and down. And every day I get kind of exhausted with these ups and downs of feeling really good and then feeling like, oh, no one wants to listen to it. No one wants to do this. And then going back up to like, but I'm amazing and blah, blah, blah. And then I go back down. And I guess I've kind of been getting tired of that and want to just feel a little more leveled out. And I think that's a creative thing. I think artists always feel like that. But that's been a really helpful lesson this week, is just kind of keep it mellow. Don't make it this whole thing. So that's been really, really nice. And I've started doing open mics again, which is really fun. And I'm actually going to be going to one in about 30 minutes. And so this is a really quick podcast, but the open mics have been amazing. It just makes me realize there's so many people who care about me in Kansas City, which is really wonderful. Chicago was great too, but it's just a totally different vibe. Being able to have my whole family show up and tell their friends about it, and they're so proud. And it's just really nice to have that like community, and my partner's there, and I love it. And the best part of it is there is a full band there. So I can play with this full band. And I've talked about this on my podcast. I've been craving performance again. And it's been so nice to not be the only one up there and to have these people backing me so that I can focus on my voice and they can just really help me jam out. And then I just really get lost in the moment because I'm not up there thinking so hard about guitar, because guitar is still something I don't feel 100% on. So I feel like when I'm on stage, I have to worry about what chords I'm hitting and all these things. And so it's just really nice to have that. And then keeping up with my yoga and keeping up with the gym. I went to the gym today and it felt incredible. I have actually been vlogging today, and I think it's going to be a pretty good vlog because I actually successfully videotaped a lot of the stuff that I did today. So that'll be really exciting. Speaking of, and yeah, that's been a big part of my week, is just staying busy and keeping my nerves down and just staying at one nice level. But one thing I do want to talk to you guys about is the fact that I am considering very strongly. I'm very much on the path of actually doing it, but I am going to get my yoga certification and become a yoga instructor. And this is what I mean by I'm kind of crazy and I just add a new thing onto my list every week. And so my yoga studio is offering these classes for the very first time. And I think it's such a universal sign that this is the first year that I'm back with them after like 7 years of living in Chicago. And then this year of all years, they decide to start teaching like people how to actually be yoga instructors. It just feels crazy to me. And I've been thinking about it and I've been talking about it anyways. And then to learn with the people that taught me, and I have so much respect for this yoga studio because they're not flashy, they're not trendy, they're authentic, and the same people have been going there for years, and I just agree with the way they run their business and the way they are as people. And so I know that this is where I want to learn, and it's going to be a big sacrifice for me because it is going to be expensive. Of course, we all know I don't know if you guys know, but getting your yoga certification is very expensive. And it's also going to be a big sacrifice of my time. And I already have a full-time other job I'm serving right now. And then I have my full-time music job. And so balancing all of that is going to be tricky, but I just know that it's something I'm supposed to do. And I know somehow I'm going to blend my yoga world and my music world. I don't know how yet, but I know that's going to happen. So just a few things. And yeah, I guess this week, if you are juggling many things like I am, just watch yourself and be curious about it and be like, how am I really handling things this week? Am I, just frantically trying to get it done? Am I putting things off till the last minute? Am I getting really worked up over things? Just like notice it and notice what you like and what you don't like, and see if you can make a difference just by realizing what you're doing. Because that's what I did this week. I realized I was getting so worked up over things before they even happened. I was like thinking about all the things I had to do and making them bigger in my own brain than when I just simply go and do each thing and I keep my nerves at a lower level. So that is my just little catch up of the week. I hope you guys have had an amazing week. I hope you've really, done some introspective work this week and journaled and just, I don't know, putting the work into yourself so that you can show up for others, I think is a really big one. So I will talk to you guys next week, and I can't wait to give you more updates. Bye. As always, thanks for listening to Matcha with Murad. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, subscribe, review, or share this with your friends. Again, thanks for listening, and talk to you guys next week.